Part of being a follower of Jesus is us being in the Word and understanding what it says. And one of the things that I hear gets in the way of people really understanding the Bible is sometimes you'll hear people say, you must take the Bible literally, that you're being unfaithful if you don't believe the Bible literally. The problem is not all statements that are made are intended to be taken literally. If you take everything literally, you're going to miss the point in some instances. That does not mean that the Bible is not ever literal. It's just literal where it's intended to be literal, just like you and I. Imagine if the rule for communication today was you must take everything you hear literally. We would miss dad jokes. We would miss all kinds of crazy stuff. We would miss symbolism. We wouldn't understand poetry. We'd be incredibly confused. And people get incredibly confused because they're trying to read the Bible literally in every instance, even when it's not intended to be taken literal. That's the problem. There are non-literal things in the Psalms and symbolic language. There are non-literal things in the Proverbs, like raise up a child in the way they should go, and when they are older, they will not depart from it. That cannot be taken literally because that will not happen in every instance. It is a principle. It is not a literal statement of fact that every time you do that, that result will happen. The same in the Exodus. He says in Exodus 19:4, I carried you out of Egypt on eagle's wings. No, he didn't. He didn't carry them out of there on eagle's wings. This is not Lord of the Rings, which, by the way, when Tolkien was asked, why didn't the eagles just fly Frodo straight to Mount Doom and drop the ring in? He said, basically, get out of here. I don't even want to answer that question. There's a little video of that on YouTube, which is pretty funny. But the prophets were not always literal. Isaiah 55:14 says that the trees will clap their hands. It's communicating something that is not literal. The question is not, should we read the Bible literally? The question is, should we read the Bible accurately? And in order to read the Bible accurately, you need to be aligned with the authorial intent. You must catch the truth in the way in which it was communicated and intended. That you read symbolism symbolically, that you read literal things literally. If you try to read symbolic literally, you're going to miss the point. If you try to read literal things symbolically, you're going to miss the point. People miss the point sometimes in Revelation because they're reading some things that are literal in symbolic ways and some of the things that are symbolic in literal ways. Same thing in Genesis, the bookends of the Bible, Genesis and Revelation. They read some symbolic things in Genesis in a literal way, like the 24-hour day in Genesis 1, and they miss the point. The key is authorial intent through context. When you read the passage, what do you think the author was trying to communicate? And is it symbolic or is it literal? And this will help us understand more deeply what the Bible says and avoid much misunderstanding without branding people as heretics just because they believe that not every single thing is literal. Turns out they're right. It may well be that the heretical thing to say is that the Bible is actually completely intended to be read literally. So that's the point for today. Check out another video. I'm going to actually put a playlist up here on how to read the Bible better because it's an essential point of us being disciples of Christ. Hit that like button and subscribe if you haven't, and you'll have a great day.